Hi everyone and welcome back to a little bit of Path of Exile Arch Nemesis League. So, after the amazing league start, we had some more amazing stuff going on. We did hit level 92, we did hit 97 completion, which is, that's just wild to me, honestly. I do like it a lot though, don't get me wrong, but yeah, so our Atlas tree is currently looking really solid. We basically just invested in all the things that I said last time. So Betrayal, we have everything right now. Breach, we can still get some wheels. I think so, at least. Yeah, we have stuff over here to fill out. And Legion is pretty much all spec'd in, right? So there's, yeah, that's that. So that's a good amount of points that I have sitting here, more than I was expecting to have at this point, and we probably will respec the tree at some point in the future, but for now I'm still focusing on Betrayal, because I'm working towards Katarina fights, right? And you might ask yourselves, why do you do this? Is it just because of the craft? No, it's not only because of the crafts. Sure, I really do want to get my crafts unlocked, yes. But also, I just want to have some Katarina fights, right? The drops of her, especially the helmet, are very nice. Those go for like 2x a pop, which is a good amount of income. And the fight isn't too hard, even with like 650 to 700-ish K DPS that we have at the moment on not on bosses, but like on Shaper tier bosses. Like, yeah, Shaper DPS basically is what I'm referring to here. And yeah, I absolutely have a blast with this build again, though. It's just I really enjoy Arc, and it just shows Arc is back. Arc is definitely back, even without the very end game gear that I dropped when I last went for Arc, where I was playing a different build and then just squashed Arc into that, I guess. This time around, I mean, leveling was very easy to do, which is always something that I do like, right? That is important. If leveling doesn't feel smooth, then you can pretty much do what you want, and you will not enjoy it. But this, on the other hand, I very much enjoy. Running safe houses, as you saw, I was on 0%. I was able to get 8% XP. Or maybe like a little bit less, actually. Oh, hey, I want those superior things. So yeah, I've upped my my loot filter. I had to go up a little bit because there was just too much stuff on the ground, right? There we go. Couple of essences. Sweet. So this was like my main gameplay over the last 2 or 3 days, was just like get some safe houses ready, get as many unveils as possible. Don't really worry too much who's in which safe house for the moment, because whenever you do Katarina, you actually reset your betrayal board, right? So I was like, okay, in the beginning I had something set up quite nicely, and then I was like, okay, Katarina's ready. Do I want to run it or do I not want to run it? And I was like, I'm just gonna run it, to be honest. And yeah, so I'm sitting on 10x, 100 chaos. That's very decent. And I've also invested like about 2 exalted into new gear. And yeah, I mean, what I really want to get my hands on are these things. Because you can make double influence gear like this here. This is Herald of Purity and Overwhelm Fist damage reduction. That's nothing good, right? I just threw a couple things on there to roll it and to see what there's available. And I think there are some very cool mods that we can get if we keep rolling this. But yeah, got myself some new gloves. 80 life, 40 fire res, and a good amount of strength. That's fairly good. A little bit of more armor. I upgraded my boots into 30% movement speed boots, almost 90 life, almost 50 cold res, and I crafted 25% chance to avoid elemental ailments on this one, as well as on my new chest piece, which just has life, strength, and cold res, right? And I crafted the avoid ailment stuff on the shield as well, in combination with this node up here, which gives us 25% chance as well. We are actually now immune to ignite, chill, freeze, and shock, which is absolutely awesome. I also invested 1.3 exalted into a thread of hope. Actually got one with -10 to all res, which I was like, okay, is that person really selling that for 1.3x? And he was like, yeah, all good. I was like, thank you very much, I'll take that. Yeah, and the Katarina helmet that I have dropped went out for 2.3x as well. So yeah, around 2x is what I was expecting. The helmet to be in the first 2 or 3 days. Turns out that price was stable for a little bit longer. I'm not sure how it will look at the moment, but I'll have to check. I'll have to run a couple of more Katarinas, right? Also, the helmet, this is very decently rolled, and I'm currently crafting a new one, just because I want the Archdemon crown, 250 armor compared to like 155, right? This is the next logical upgrade. And yeah, I'm just throwing this into harvest and stuff and seeing if I can get something that's really, really good. Eventually, I would need an open prefix, I think. Oh, the crafting bench is doing this thing again. I hate that. Does that happen to you as well? Where you cannot check the crafts and stuff? If we put this one in, doesn't even matter. There we go. Now it should show. +1 level of socketed AoE gems. That's what I want. Get this on the helmet or on the gloves, right? But I want to have this on the helmet, and it's a prefix. So while crafting, I need this open prefix so I can get that one on there. And we will see if I get lucky or not. I mean, I was lucky so far. And I mean, honestly, 97 bonus objectives is insane this early in the league. And you can see here, I've made the mistake of letting Maven witnessing Baron and Alhasmin. And that was a little bit of a pain because my damage isn't that high at the moment. As well, same goes for Minotaur and Chimera. I was like, oh crap, I completely forgot to turn Maven off for the first couple of fights. So I've done the Constrictor and the Enslaver, if I recall correctly, as well. Let me check. Yeah, the Enslaver and the Constrictor. I didn't have Maven on right there because I was going after the Searing Exarch influence. I was like, oh, thank goodness I didn't do it. So yeah, we are working towards Shaper and Elder, and I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, Alhasmin down. Baron had it coming 3 times. Mostly, I had 1 natural map drop. The other ones were just from Kirak missions. And I finally got an emblem to drop instead of splinters. And when I take a look at these splinters, I immediately see that, yes, the investment on the tree definitely checks out for those. I didn't have too many breaches, but it's nearing. And I have a good amount of scarabs from the whole syndicate, because I often had I had it very lucky and had the people in research or where they could drop their the scarabs. I was like, hey, I'll take that. I mean, as you can see here, Ashling is in fortification, which isn't good. I want her in research and stuff like that. But as long as I'm running Katarina fights, I will not gonna worry about where people are too much, honestly. The Thread of Hope was actually a very decent upgrade to our damage. We were sitting on like 450 to 500k Shaper DPS. So we gained a very good amount out of that. This will be the spot for the cluster jewel. We would need to reach level 95, I think, before we could take advantage of that. And I was like, I don't know, maybe I will spec into something that's near here that could help me out until then. But there's not really something here that would benefit us at the moment. With 4 levels, we could go for Throat Seeker, but that's a bit of a stretch, right? Life in DS. Not really, because I hate to lose stuff when I do the respec, right? So we will see. But yeah, what is the strategy going forward? Still do some Katarina fights, still do Legion and Breach, because I really enjoy those League mechanics. And honestly, just going after the Eater of Worlds and the Searing Exarch, really enjoy what they have done with their influences and the shrines that you can like choose what you want to do. I think, as I said, the League mechanic is a lot of fun and actually also very decent. One of the Exalted here was actually dropping out of the League mechanic. And yeah, I just wish we could organize this a little bit better, but for now, I went through and just took a look at which things I was using the most, and I landed on a couple of things here that I was using quite a bit, actually. So yeah, definitely looking forward to get to new combos with this, but for now, as I said, I'm just experimenting and having fun. And yeah, so this was my flask that I was using, right? The normal Seething Divine Life Flask of Sealing. I love those instant flasks, but I'm now going back to a Frightened Flask because instant recovery when on low life. I just want to see what fits my playstyle more. Probably still the instant flask. This would heal almost double the amount on low life, right? And we have 11 seconds of bleed immunity instead of 7. But yeah. So what's next? Next up will be gear upgrades. Honestly, we need to get a +1 amulet. Basically, we need to get a much better wand and a better shield. Basically, we need +1 on both of those as well. And the rest would be influenced gear, like I would like to get Unnerve on Hit, which I should be able to get with the Eater of Worlds implicit, actually, and Tailwind Boots. But yeah, those are the very high-end upgrades that I need to get for the gloves and the boots. Helm Enchant, maybe I'll have to take a look at it. And the elephant in the room is this one. What do I want here? I would like to get a spell crit chest at some point. So yeah, those are the upgrades that I would like to get and that I will work towards. That's all for today though. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, take care. Bye.